starting lineup from the visiting University of San Diego High School Dons. Leading off, number 7 and playing second base, Beth Wyszynski. Batting second, catching number 2, Yvette Vasquez. Batting number 3, shortstop number 17, Erin Ferris. Batting fourth, and wearing number 4, the pitcher, Jade Quinton. Batting fifth, number 15, the left fielder, Chandri Ross. Batting sixth and wearing number 12, the designated hitter, Lynn Warnamundi. Batting seventh, number 10, the third baseman, Sky Engel. Batting eighth, wearing number 8 and playing center field, Desiree Forsberg. Batting ninth, wearing number 20, playing first base, Krista Gulbranson. And the right fielder will be number 11, Heather Egan. And the reserves of the University of San Diego High School, number 3, Jolene Neve. Number 6, Jean Bastion. Number 9, Danielle Reed. Number 14, Nicole Howard. And number 18, Michelle Reyes. The head coach for Dons, Margaret Morrow. And the assistant coaches, Kelly O'Neill and Jane Plum. Introducing the starting lineup for the Serra Conquistadors. Leading off, number 7 and playing center field, Amber Roberts. Batting second, number 1, playing left field, Corey Jenkins. Batting third and playing first base, number 16, Linnea Manuma. Batting fourth and catching, number 13, Brooke Johnson. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 6, Allison Schultz. Batting sixth, number 5, playing second base, Nadia Gibson. Batting seventh, number 11, the pitcher, Jessica Green. Batting eighth, wearing number 9, the third baseman, Danielle Masanti. Batting ninth, wearing number 10, the designated hitter, Jessica Wheeler. The reserves from Serra. Number 1. Number 4, Sam Gallup. Number 12, Carolyn Lee. Number 14, Jill Garcia. John Lavita. And the assistants, Sue Skinner and Mary Jo Griswold. Would you all please rise?
Bob Kaufman. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Williams, and on behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'd like to welcome you to today's Super Game of the Week. We're on the campus of UCSD for today's 1997 softball finals in the Division III category. We've got two top teams ready to go at it. From the University of San Diego High School, we've got the Dons. They'll be going up against the Conquistadors from Serra High School. The captains are at home plate. They're taking final instructions from the head umpire, and soon they'll be out on the field. So coming up, we'll have the rosters of both teams. Once again, it's San Diego CIF final action, Division III, the Dons versus the Conquistadors. For the home team, Conquistadors, playing first base, number 16, Linnea Manuma. Second base, number 5, Nadia Gibson. Playing shortstop, number 8, Allison Schulz. Third base, number 9, Danielle Magante. So leading off for the Dons is going to be number 7, Beth Wyszynski, second baseman for the Dons on the mound. And ball high, that'll be ball 1. So on the mound now for the Conquistadors. Pitcher, number 11, Jessica Green. That's high, ball 2. Jessica Green, she's got 2 strong pitches in that right arm of hers. She'll throw a mean screwball. Also, she's got a dropping curveball. So immediately, Jessica takes 3 pitches, all balls, and there's a mound conference right now. You'll see Brooke Johnson. She's the captain, number 13, catching behind the plate. And back in the circle, Jessica Green. Jessica has been doing all the pitching for the Conquistadors during this playoff round. Late called strike by the umpire, and so now the pitches, 3 balls, 1 strike, and for Jessica Green, she's going to try and battle it back to bring it a full count. But not this time, as Beth Wyszynski draws a walk on the first 5 pitches.
Now batting for the Dons, number 2, catcher Yvette Vasquez.
And so now Vasquez, number 2, catching, will come up and try and advance the runners and put the bat on the ball. Strike called against Vasquez. So the lineup for this one, we've got Wyszynski, Vasquez, and Ferris are the first 3 batters for the Dons. Ball gets away, but scrambling for the ball, Brooke Johnson immediately pounces on it. No advancement by Wyszynski. So the ball now count 1-1 against Vasquez. Looking for a bunt, it's there. And so Vasquez does what she was instructed to do. She'll get the advancement of Wyszynski over to second base. Nice bunt by Vasquez.
Next batter for the Dons.
Picked up by
17.
Manuma, Linnea. She's the first baseman. She was charging the ball, turned around, throw it to Nadia Gibson. So that'll be out number 1 for the Dons. No score in this one. We are just underway in the first inning. The Dons are the visitors in this one. Serra, the Conquistadors, they are the home team. Green with the windup out of the circle. Nice pitch right down the pipe, and that'll be called strike 1 against Ferris. So we haven't seen any of the curves and screwballs right now. Jessica Green trying to set up her pitches with nothing but fastballs right now. Check swing, that's going to be a foul ball. And that'll be strike number 2 against Ferris. So right now, sitting on second base is number 7, Beth Wyszynski. She got on base on 4 balls thrown by Green. She now moves over to second base off the sacrifice bunt by Vasquez. And here we go. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Grounder right back to Green. She'll take the out at first base. Advancing over to third base now is Wyszynski, and there's now 2 out. So it was Ferris able to put the ball on the bat, be able to put a grounder right back to Green. She turns around, throws it to Manuma, and so now we've got 2 out. Coming up to bat now is
Next
Quinton.
batter for University of San Diego High School, number 4, the pitcher, Jade Quinton.
Jade Quinton, a super pitcher for the Dons. She has been the pitcher of record for all of the playoff games as we're entering now into this final championship match. That's high and outside, and so Quinton takes ball number 1 on that one. So no balls, 1 strike to Jade Quinton. On third base is Beth Wyszynski. Takes low for ball 1. So 2 balls, no strikes to Jade Quinton. Up behind Jade Quinton, sitting in the deck, is Chandri Ross, left fielder. So now that high ball makes it 3 balls, no strikes. Jade Quinton in the driver's seat now. She's going to find the pitch she wants. Ended up walking Jade Quinton, and so now you got a force at second base, and that, of course, was planned. So runners at the corners now on a base on balls. You got Jade Quinton at first base.
Number 15,
Wyszynski at third base.
left fielder, Chandri Ross.
2 out, Margaret Morrow over in the dugout area instructing the players. 2 outs. Runners will be going on anything. Right down the pipe for a strike is Ross. No balls, 1 strike is the count against Chandri Ross, left fielder for the Dons. Shot, it'll get by. That'll be a single for Ross. Coming in to score is Beth Wyszynski. So with 2 out, it's a big, big clutch base hit by Chandri Ross. And she delivers the blow, and the Dons come across in the first inning, and they score the first run of the game. Clutch, clutch hit by number 15, Chandri Ross, who took a low pitch and drove it right back up the middle.
Next batter for the University of San Diego High School, designated hitter.
That moves over number 4, Jade Quinton, to second base, and now with 2 out, runners on first and second. Now coming up is the designated hitter, number 12, Lynn Warnamunde. Warnamunde, designated hitter. She takes the batting position for Heather Egan, number 11, who plays right field for the Dons. Strike right down the middle. Strike taken by Warnamunde. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and right then and there, number 15, Chandri Ross, comes up with the big clutch hit to drive in Beth Wyszynski, and there's a nice cut by Warnamunde. She's not afraid to take swings up against Jessica Green. Green up on the mound. She's scheduled to go the whole way, as she's done each of the playoff games. That time the ball is low. So for Warnamunde, Warnamunde has 1 ball. That drives foul. Warnamunde really got out in front on that one, and that sent the ball into the stands behind third base. And there shows you the slow type of pitches. Jessica Green setting up her fastball and then coming right back with the drop curve. That ball is high. So the HUD umpire behind the plate calls timeout as the ball is retrieved from the stands and sent back onto the field. That was after the ball was thrown and call made on the last pitch. That'll be high. So right now, Green struggling a little bit in control. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count against Warnamunde. There's a drive. That one will drop to center field. Charging is the center fielder who takes it on the first hop, Amber Roberts. Roberts able to keep everybody from scoring, and so now we've got bases loaded. On third base, you've got Jade Quinton. Second base now is Chandri Ross, and a single comes through designated hitter Warner Mindy. Taking a look at the final rosters for the Conquistadors. Number 1, Corey Jenkins, left fielder. Center field is number 7, Amber Roberts. And we pick up the action. At home plate, number 10, Sky Ingalls. Bases loaded, 2 out. And strike called on the inside corner. Right now, Jessica Green trying to work out of a jam. She's got 2 out. Bases loaded, 1 run is in. Dawn's out on top in the top of the first inning. 1-0. And there's ball taken. So now we've got 1 ball, 1 strike. And I'll tell you what, the pressure is on Jessica Green right now. Big swing and a miss for strike number 2. So now we got 1 ball, 2 strikes to get Ingalls. And I tell you what, if we get a base hit here, we're going to be able to do some scoring. But for Jessica Green and the Conquistadors, they want to try and close the door right now on the top of the first inning and get that 3rd out. Outside is the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Ingalls. Ingalls plays third base for the Dons. Fouled off, no pitch. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. That hit the top of the screen, and so coming down wouldn't have counted as an out. Good swing and contact. Ingalls want to try and put the ball into play. So there's a high one, and now the drama folds completely. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count for number 10, Sky Ingalls. She's got the bases loaded. And let's see what happens on this pitch by Jessica Green. Big strikeout by Jessica Green. She had to do it. And big out number 3. After 1/2 inning of play, the Dons out in front of Serra, 1. Serra now coming up to bat.
No errors and 3 runners left on.
For the Dons, playing first base, number 20, Krista Golbranson. Second base, number 7, Beth Vashinsky. Third base for the Dons, number 10, Sky Ingalls. And for shortstop for the Dons, you saw there, number 17, Aaron Ferris. Playing left field, number 15 will be Chandri Ross. Center field will be as you saw, center fielder gathered together, Desiree Forsberg, along with the right fielder, Heather Egan.
Leading off.
On the mound for the Dons, super pitcher, number 4, Jade Quinton. Behind the plate catching, Yvette Vasquez. And first pitch is underway. Amber Roberts, center fielder for the Conquistadors, now at the plate. And big Jade Quinton. Pitch number 2 taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count against Roberts. Scores 1-0. We are in the bottom half of the first inning. Big swing and a miss for strike number 2. Jade Roberts has a very mean curve and a rising fastball, and so you got to watch out for those pitches. Those are her 2 strong ones. Check swing, that'll be high. So the ball's now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Amber Roberts. As we mentioned, we are in the bottom half of the first inning. For the Dons, they came up with 1 run off a big clutch hit by number 15. And there you see a good strikeout by Jade Quinton. And that'll be out number 1, and a big K for Jade Quinton, and we'll keep track of those. Coming up now will be number 1.
Number 1, left fielder, Corey Jenkins.
Corey Jenkins, the left fielder. Left-handed batter is Corey Jenkins, who takes a swing and a miss off a Jade Quinton pitch. So Quinton looking very strong after that first batter. She comes right back with a strike right away against Corey Jenkins. That ball sails high, and so now we got 1-1. So it was the big clutch hit in the first inning by Chandri Ross, who was able to deliver the single right up the middle that was able to score Wyszynski. The Dons got the bases loaded, but it was good pitching by Jessica Green that was able to get Ingalls, number 10, out, and that was the 3rd out, and so what was bases loaded and a tremendous scoring threat went down. Big swing and a miss. So there's 2 big swings by Corey Jenkins, and now we've got 2 balls and 2 strikes against Jenkins. Jade Quinton setting up, and she'll deliver the pitch. Foul ball off the third base side. Had a charging players for the Dons charging for that one. You had Vasquez, the catcher, moving in quickly was Quinton, coming from third base with Sky Ingalls. So the count remains as is. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Corey Jenkins. That one's popped up right to the first baseman, and so Krista Gulbranson will take out number 2 all by herself. So there's a fly ball to first base. Out number 2, and now picking up is the big gun. Number 16, Linnea Manuma. She is the big gun for the Conquistadors. That ball's taken high. Tremendous strength in Linnea Manuma. And she's got the ability to put the ball out of the park at any time, give her the right pitch, and she'll be able to extend those arms of hers and send the ball sailing in all directions. Ball is low, so now it's 2 balls, no strikes to Manuma. And for Jade Quinton, she is going to work around Manuma very, very carefully. Doesn't want her to give her a fat pitch to send it out of here. It's called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Manuma. Manuma doesn't have any home runs during this playoff drive, but she had quite a number of them during the regular season, and all she needs to do is get her pitch. And Jade Quinton doing all that she can to try and keep that ball out of the fat zone and try and keep Linnea Manuma from being able to extend those arms of hers and send that ball out of this park. 1-0 is the score. We are in the last half of the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on for the Qs. Check swing called strike number 2. Nice pitch by Jade Quinton. She had the sinking curve on that one going. Two balls, 2 strikes to Manuma. Sharp grounder right back to Krista Gulbranson. She takes it nicely all by herself and takes out number 3. So after 1 inning of play,
no hits, no errors,
no runs, no hits, and errors.
University of San Diego High School 1.
The Dons 1 and Serra Conquistadors 0. Final member of the outfield for the Qs. It's number 2 playing right field.
For those of you just arrived,
that is right fielder Allison Sobek.
CIF
So we're in the top half of the second inning. The score 1-0, Dons over the Conquistadors. In the plate is number 8. That is Forsberg, Desiree Forsberg. She's center fielder for these Dons. So for the bottom half of the first inning, it was Jade Quinton with a very, very strong outing. She had 3 up and 3 down on no hits. There were no runs, no errors. And that was a good, strong inning. Strike called on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count on Forsberg. Foul ball called on that one, just missing. Crossing third base on the outside of the foul line. And I tell you what, if that was in foul, or if that wasn't foul, could have been some trouble as it was heading down to the far left field corner. So for Forsberg's able to make control and have contact on that ball. Ties him up and takes a swing and miss. That was a good pitch by Jessica Green as she caught Forsberg off guard and just had her hands all tied up on that one. So that's a big K for Jessica Green on that one, and out number 1 for the Dons. Coming up now is the first baseman, number 20, Krista Gulbranson. Gulbranson had 2 good defensive plays during that first half of the first inning, that is. She had a short fly ball, was in the infield. She took it for out number 2 and then followed. It was a hot shot by Linnea Manuma right down the first base line. She was able to gobble it up with her mitt. And that was out number 3, and that was it for the Qs. 2 balls, no strikes against Gulbranson. And so where we saw a very, very strong outing by Jade Quinton, the pitcher for the Dons, we've seen a lot of balls thrown already by Jessica Green. There's a strike. And so now it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Gulbranson. Gulbranson, a tall athlete. Right-handed hitter. Takes a swing, can't get back there as it goes off the fence, and that'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. For the Dons, they play out of the city's Western League. They play with a host of other teams: Scripps Ranch, University City, Mission Bay, La Jolla, Madison, and Our Lady of Peace. That's ball high 3. So now the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gulbranson. She's now going to be looking for her pitch coming right down the pipe. For Jessica Green, there's the shot, picked up by the shortstop, and a nice throw for an out. So nice pickup by the shortstop, Allison Schul. She gobbled that one up. A nice throw, a little low, but picked up nicely by Linnea Manuma.
Batter for the Dons.
And so that's out number 2 as the play goes 6-3 on that one. So Wyszynski now up at the plate. She takes ball high for first pitch. It was Wyszynski in the first inning who came around and scored off the single of number 15, Chandri Ross. Nice ball straight down the middle. So there's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. So for the Dons, they finished their league play at a very mediocre 6-6. There's a chopper, once again taken nicely by Schulz. Good strong throw to end the inning, and so that one goes 6-3 as well. So after 1.5 innings of play, it's the Dons 1, the Qs nothing, and the Qs coming now up to come up in the second bottom of the half.
It's the University of San Diego High School Dons.
So leading off now in the bottom half of the second inning, number 13 is Brooke Johnson. She's the catcher and the captain for the Conquistadors. And the first ball is called a strike. Waiting for the umpire. Looked like that one would have been called low, as it was a low pitch. No balls, one strike is the count. For the Serra High School, they play out of the city's Eastern League. And that one, the same pitch is called low on that one. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Brooke Johnson. So for the Serra team, they play out of the Eastern League. They play with teams of Patrick Henry, Mira Mesa, Point Loma, San Diego, Kearney, and Morris.
I don't have no money to get
The Eastern League, when I was growing up here in San Diego, was the powerhouse for many, many, many years. Patrick Henry, Kearney, Morris, San Diego, always strong, strong teams. Don't even believe Mira Mesa was around when I was growing up in high school here. I went to Patrick Henry High School. They had a good softball team. 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike, that is. Big swing and a miss. So now we got 2 balls, 2 strikes on the count on Brooke Johnson. The one thing that Jade Quinton has been doing so far effectively is she's been keeping the ball down in the strike zone, and that's going to help her curve that sinks also right there. There's a shot out in front is Johnson. So she's out in front of that one, and that's going to go foul behind the third baseline. So the count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Serra had a pretty good record in league play. They were 8-4. They were behind Patrick Henry, who had 11 wins, 1 loss, and Mira Mesa, who was 9-3. We mentioned that the Dons were 6-6. They were in 3rd place also. So Quinton loses Johnson on balls, and so now Johnson trots to first base. And so the Qs get a runner in this bottom half of the second inning.
Number 8, shortstop, Allison Schultz.
And so now Schultz comes up. Schultz is the shortstop wearing number 8. That's her first time up to bat. In the first inning, it was 1-2-3 by Jade Quinton. She loses Schultz. Big swing, racing after it, and that'll go foul. So it looked like almost that the Dons and Chandri Ross might have had a chance for it, but then it sailed wide of the fence and behind the stands. And so Allison Schultz gets a foul, strike 1. Nice pitch. And a big swing and a miss. So that's strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes for Allison Schultz. So overall, the record for Serra was 17 wins, 9 losses. Ball gets by the catcher. Going into second base easily is Johnson. That one just got away from Jade Quinton. Went back to the backstop and gave Johnson the chance to move on to second base. No outs in his bottom half of the second inning. Johnson now on second base. Schultz at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes is a count. And now we've got a conference out between Vasquez and Quinton. Quinton, a super pitcher. Last time out. Pitched very strongly to get him on past the semifinals. Nice pitch, and there's a swing. And that is a strikeout number 2 for Jade Quinton. And for Johnson, she goes down, and that'll bring up Nadia Gibson, second base. She'll be batting left-handed, number 5.
Number 5, second baseman, Nadia Gibson.
Gibson, a very quick player, and she can move on the bases as well. On the strikeout, Johnson stays at second base, and that's, of course, the first out of this one. So we got 1 out, and Nadia Gibson ready to take the first pitch, and her first is a swing and a miss. Check that. That's a foul tip. Nadia had a very, very good cut on that one. She was able to extend her arms out on that pitch and just missed it by getting under it just a little bit. No balls, 1 strike to Gibson. Left-handed batter. Those are a little bit trouble for Quinton, but in this case, she now is out in the driver's seat as she takes a no balls, 2 strikes lead with Johnson staying on third base. Second base, that is. Out in front of it, that was a changeup. And so Quinton tries to throw the curve, gets Gibson out in front, and so now the count remains. No balls, 2 strikes. So for Jade and the Dons, they finished their record at 13-13. Out in front of it this time, going the other way. So for the Dons, who finished the regular season at 6-6, they finished their overall record at 13-13. They came in third place behind Scripps Ranch, who eventually won the division. That is 12 wins, no losses. University City just missing on the outside. So Gibson on that one gets a good call in her favor, and it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Jade Quinton trying to work the corners. There's a shot that's going to drop. Nice throw from Egan in right field. So Gibson comes up with a huge hit. That sends Johnson now over to third base. And Conference now on the mound. 1 out in the bottom half here of the second inning. Gibson now on first base with a solid single down the right field line.
The pitcher, number 11, Jessica Green.
Johnson now, number 13, is all the way over on third base. So now runners are at the corners with only 1 down. And up is Jessica Green, who can try and help herself out. Infield is in, waiting for a bunt. Strike called. So with the infield in, Gibson trots to second base and give her a stolen base with no attempt. No one's really even paying attention to her as they want to try and make sure that the bunt stays in the infield. Big swing and a miss there. So for Green, she now has no balls and 2 strikes, and this will be a big, big out if the Dons can get it. As right now there's 1 out, runners on second and third, and they want to try and get this out big time. Ball is high. So Quinton throws a riser, it just goes too high. And now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So action heating up here in the bottom of the second inning. Strike 3 called. Nice pitch by Jade Quinton. And Jessica Green goes down looking, and that's a big out, number 2 for the Dons and Jade Quinton. Strikeout number 3
for Serra,
for
9.
Quinton.
Third base, Danielle Magante.
And so now Danielle Magante, third baseman for the Qs, wants to try and put the ball into play. They want to try and get it out of the infield and score at least 1 run. Jade Quinton coming back with a big strikeout. Right there down the pipe is strike number 1. So Quinton, who struggled just a little bit on the base on balls, to Johnson, who now is over on third base, has looked very strong in her last. That one's going to be high. So ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Magante. Sitting on third base is Johnson, Brooke Johnson. On second base is Nadia Gibson. 2 out, and for the Dons, they want to try and get an out number 3 and squash this potential rally late in the second inning. Swing and a miss as a fastball is blown by Magante. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and we'll see now what Jade Quinton has up her sleeve, or she comes back with another hard fastball, or she tries to put something slow up there. Remember, she's got her diving curveball. She also has a good riser. We'll see what she throws. Stays low all the way. Nice strikeout. That's strikeout number 4, and a big, big strikeout for Jade Quinton. After 2 full innings of play, it's the Dons 1, Serra nothing.
No errors.
So leading off the top of the third inning, it's number 2 for the Dons, Yvette Vasquez. Vasquez, a left-handed batter, and she's waiting the first pitch of Jessica Green. Ball 1 called, and so now we've got 1 ball, no strikes to Vasquez. Strike called, and that'll be strike number 1. 1-1 is the count. So for the Dons out of the University of San Diego High School, they're located right across the street from the University of San Diego. Beautiful, beautiful college that is well known for many of its activities. Very good law school there. So the University Dons finding themselves in this finals match against a very talented Serra Conquistadors team. Right now, the Dons out in front 1-0 as we are in the top of the third. Nice ball. That's going to drop and move all the way to the fence, rounding first base. And coming in with a nice stand-up double is Yvette Vasquez. Vasquez really had a nice shot on that one. It split the center fielder and the left fielder. Racing for it was Corey Jenkins as well as the center fielder Amber Roberts. Roberts was able to pick up the ball and get it back over to Gibson, but not in time. So Vasquez comes up with a nice double. And now coming up is number 17, Aaron Ferris, shortstop. Bunted into the air, and charging nicely was third baseman Danielle Magante, who was able to take that all by herself. So out number 1 off a bunt fly.
Number 4, pitcher Jade Quinton.
Fly ball to position number 5, so we have 1 out. And now coming up is Jade Quinton, number 4, the pitcher, who has 2 strong innings under her belt. Taking a shot, foul ball as it goes off of the hand and kicks off the body in foul territory, and so Quinton comes back. So the Dons left the playoffs last year after a 2-0 loss to Madison in the quarterfinals. Prior to that, they had won back-to-back CIF titles under Coach Margaret Morrow. They find themselves back in the finals match in 1997. There's a chopper and a nice throw by Gibson, and out all the way is Vasquez. So that turns out to be a double play as Quinton chops right to the shortstop, and that Quinton is thrown out 6-3, and in that play then, it was Vasquez trying to advance to third base, and she's thrown out easily. So after 1/2 inning, of at least after the top of the 3.
2.5 innings, the score. University of San Diego High School 1, Serra nothing.
Beautiful day here at the campus of UCSD, and as you can see, it's also a beautiful field. Stadium facilities. This one right here is beautifully groomed softball field, and you can see why we've got the championship CIF games here today. Blue skies were in La Jolla, California, just a stone's throw away from the beautiful Pacific Ocean and the jewel of San Diego County known as La Jolla Shores. Right on the field, we've got the jewels of the Western League. It's the Dons out on the field. And so leading up and leading off for the Conquistadors is going to be number 10, is going to be Wheeler. Wheeler's the designated hitter for Sobek, who plays right field. So coming in now, number 10, Jessica Wheeler, and she'll try and swing her bat against a real strong Jade Quinton. Bottom half of the 3rd inning, 1-0 is the score. The Dons out in front. Vashinsky comes in the 1st inning, and that's where we end it right here. Still on the mound, Jade Quinton. She's scheduled to go the whole way. And now challenger in the batter's box. Designated hitter number 10, Jessica Wheeler. Strike called, and so immediately out in front of Wheeler is Quinton. No balls, 1 strike. So we mentioned it. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2 against Wheeler. So we did mention it, that it was the Dons who missed out last year, losing in the quarterfinals to Madison, but they are now back 1997 under the coaching of Margaret Morrow. Morrow has been the coach for a long time, and swing and a miss, strike 3 called, and Jade Quinton continues to march down and post strikeouts. Her 5th strikeout of the game, and she is looking very strong. So that brings up number 7, Jessica Roberts, and she takes a strike also. No balls, 1 strikes to Roberts. Roberts, who plays center field for the Qs. Bunting and taking strike number 2 is Roberts, and so now Quinton is definitely in the driver's seat as she takes a no balls, 2 strikes count. 1 out in this bottom half of the 3rd inning. Slow pitch, and there it was. Put the hook on that one and gave her a slow curve, and way out in front was Amber Roberts, and that is strikeout number 6 now.
Number 1, left fielder, Corey Jenkins.
And I'll tell you what, is Jade Quinton is doing what she has to do right now. She set that one up very nicely on some good fastballs, and then that last one was the hook. It was the changeup. And strike again, and so right now, Jade Quinton has her sights set on that catcher's mitt, and she is firing strikes right in there. Chopper can't get it in time as Egan brings it back in, but beating out the throw, number 1, Corey Jenkins, left fielder. And so that chopper got over the head of Krista Gulbranson at first base. Charging for it was the right fielder, Heather Egan, and it was the pure speed of Corey Jenkins that was able to beat out the throw, and now they've got a runner. That is the Conquistadors. Has Jenkins on at first base, and now the big gun, Linnea Manuma, is at the plate. Ball called. Linnea Manuma, that's who they want to have up there when they've got a lot of runners on base, but she can poke it out in all fields. Big swing and a miss by Manuma. Manuma now is 1-1. For the Conquistadors, they really are a young team offensively. They do not have a senior on the team. They actually have 5 juniors. That ball gets by, and we saw that once earlier. And for Jade Quinton, just didn't let go of the ball in time, and so now Jenkins moves over to second base. 2 outs now in the bottom half of this third inning. Manuma, who was the third out in the bottom half of the first inning, is trying to put the ball into play. Jade Quinton would like to make Manuma the third out again in the bottom half of this third inning. 1-0 the score. Don's out in front. Slicing, and a nice grab by Sky Ingalls. And for Jade Quinton, she gets what she wanted and gets Manuma to be the third out in this third inning. So after 3 innings of play, the score remains Dons 1, Conquistadors nothing.
No errors and 1 runner left on. For the Dons, in the top of the 4th inning.
Top half of the 4th inning, the visiting Dons out on top of the home team Conquistadors 1-0. And number 15, that is Chandri Ross, now on the plate and in the batter's box, waiting the pitch of Jessica Green. Strike called. For Ross, she was the one that put the ball into play, got a single up the middle that scored Wyszynski in the first inning. Ball 1, strike 1 is the count. We mentioned earlier that the Conquistadors team is a very young team. No seniors on it this year. They've got 5 juniors, 4 freshmen, and 4 sophomores. So this is going to be a strong team for at least the next couple seasons. For the Dons, moving nicely and taking the throw. Very nice job by Allison Schulz as she moves to her left gracefully. Takes the grounder by Ross and throws out Ross. That play goes 6-3. And so that's out number 1 for the Dons in this first half of the 4th inning. So with no seniors and a host of younger players, these Conquistadors will really be a strong team in the future. On the other side, the Dons, well, they've only got 3 seniors. That's Wyszynski, Quinton, and Forsberg. But those 3 seniors truly are the foundation and the leadership for the Dons team. Give credit to a couple strong freshmen, Nicole Howard and Yvette Vasquez. 2 freshmen who really making a difference. Ball sails high. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Calling for it and making the play. Out number 2. So once again, it was Warner Monday who had a single first time up, sends the ball to left center field. Coming out forward, making the call and getting the out is left fielder Corey Jenkins. So fly ball to left field by Warner Monday. And that's out number 2 here in the top of the 4th inning. Kay Ingalls, number 10, third baseman now, takes a swing and racing for it. Can't quite get it, charging for the ball. First baseman, Linnea Manuma, had it in her mitt, just couldn't keep control as it pops back out. But a good racing effort by Manuma. So all that action ends up with a foul ball called, so that'll be strike number 1 for Ingalls. Ingalls made out number 3 in the first inning. And here she is trying to get on base in inning number 4. Beautiful day here at the campus of UCSD. There is not a cloud in the sky. It is beautiful, beautiful weather. Slight breeze that is blowing. That ball is just low, called. So now it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Kay Ingalls. That's dropping for a single, and so for Kay Ingalls, she puts the bat on the ball and sends it over the head of the shortstop, drops right in front of Corey Jenkins, and it's a nice hit for Kay Ingalls, and she gets herself a single. 2 out, single for Ingalls.
Center fielder Desiree Forsberg.
So number 8, Desiree Forsberg, center fielder for the Dons, now comes on. Defensive strategy now as Manuma comes up looking for a bunt. So forth also is Danielle Magante.
Got in. Did you see it?
So it was an attempted bunt by Forsberg, goes up in the air. That'll be caught by the catcher, and that'll be out number 3 for the Dons. So after 3 plays, it's no runs, no hits, and no errors, 1 runner left. So after 3.5, it's still the Dons 1, the Conquistadors nothing. Leading off the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Conquistadors, number 13, the catcher and captain for the Conquistadors, Brooke Johnson. Johnson getting a base on balls back in the 2nd inning. Made it to 3rd base before the final strikeouts came. On the mound still is Jade Quinton. She's got 6 strikeouts to her credit over 3.5 innings of play. 1-0 is the score with the Dons out in front. Ball is high. Fouled back is Johnson. So for Johnson and the rest of the Conquistadors, they finished 3rd in a real tough league, the Eastern League. In addition, though, you have to take into fact that Serra was 5 wins and 1 loss against other Division III teams. Now Serra lost 3-2 to La Jolla in the quarterfinals last spring, and after winning the Division II championship back in 1995, they find themselves back here in the Division III championship back in 1997. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johnson. Nobody on. And another swing and foul back. Count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes as Jade Quinton continues to serve up tough pitches to the Conquistador batting crew. Key wins this year for the Conquistadors included El Camino, beat them 4-2, and Rancho Bernardo beat them 7-6. Big swing and a miss. And if you're keeping track, that's going to be strikeout number 7 for Jade Quinton.
Number 8, shortstop, Allison Schultz.
Number 8 now, Allison Schultz, shortstop, comes up. Schultz had a strikeout in the 2nd inning. And so for Jade Quinton, she hopes she's got her number, try and do it again. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Jade Quinton has been doing a great job of getting the ball down and keeping it down right below the knees. That's where she's wanted to keep the ball. And except for a few pitches that's gotten out of her control, she really has consistently been able to keep the ball down low. And that ball got up, and Schultz was able to get in there. And a nice play by the left fielder. The ball was drifting, and being able to take the ball was Chandri Ross, who rammed into the fence but was able to keep control and keep that ball in there. So a nice foul fly ball taken by Ross, and that's going to be out number 2 for the Conquistadors. Number 5, batting left-handed, Nadia Gibson, second baseman for the Conquistadors. Gibson came up with a nice base hit during the second inning on her first at-bat, and this time she tries to bunt at the ball. The attempted bunt was appealed to find out if it was to be called a strike or not. Third base umpire calls it a ball, and so now it's 1 ball, no strikes. On the inside corner, fastball, Gibson takes a strike, and so now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Chopper gobbled up by Wyszynski, who takes the throw over to Gulbranson, and that ends the 4th inning. So after 4 innings of play, it's the Dons 1, the Conquistadors nothing.
No hits, no errors, and no one left on.
Top half of the 5th inning, and that's going to be a base hit for Gulbranson. So Gulbranson hit a chopper, and that ball went way up in the air. Going after the ball was number 8, Allison Schultz. Dove for it, couldn't quite get there, and we're going to give number 20, Krista Gulbranson, a base hit on that one. So Gulbranson, who was out 63 in the second inning, comes up with a base hit for herself. And so now Wyszynski, who scores the lone run in the first inning so far, is up to bat. Try and move Gulbranson along. Now coming in to run for Gulbranson, number 8, Michelle Reyes, number 18, is now running for Gulbranson.
Now running at first base for Gulbranson, number 18, Michelle Reyes.
Reyes is speedster. Michelle Reyes, she's a sophomore for the Dons. Nice bunt. Reyes moves quickly, and they'll get the play at first base, but Reyes is too quick as Manuma looked immediately to second base to see if she had a play, but it wasn't there, and so she gets the play out at first base. So Reyes now moves over to second.
Catcher Yvette Vasquez.
And Wyszynski does what she wanted to do. Ball gets by everybody, racing for third base. Now she's going to be caught up, Reyes is, and she's going to get tagged out. So Reyes got hung up in no man's land between second and third base. It was a quick reaction by Danielle Magante to get the ball back to Gibson, and Gibson was able to put the tag on Reyes. So out number 2 in this top of the 5th inning as Reyes goes down. And there's a single and a nice one by Vasquez. So if Reyes would not have gotten hung up, she would have been over to third base right now. We'd have runners at the quarters. But right now, we've got 2 out, and we've got Vasquez at first base. Aaron Ferris takes strike number 1 to her. No balls, 1 strike for Aaron Ferris.
All in attendance. This is a San Diego section high school activity. There is
Ferris flied out to third base her last time up in the 3rd inning. Quick throw. That was a great throw by Brooke Johnson. She whipped that ball. Give credit to Linnea Manuma. She was positioned perfectly, and Vasquez gets back by the skin of her teeth on that one. No throw as Vasquez tries to get one from Brooke Johnson. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count on Ferris. Jessica Green doing a very good job on the mound. There's going to be a chopper charging, trying to make the throw in time, and she does. Nice play by number 8, Allison Schultz. And after 4.5 innings of play, it's still the Dons 1 and the Conquistadors nothing.
2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, Dons out in front 1-0 over the Conquistadors. Still on the mound for the Dons is Jade Quinton. She'll now be going up against her counterpart, Jessica Green. Green now at the plate. Tell you what, Green is impressive for many standpoints, but also the fact that Jessica Green is one of the top young pitchers in the game today, and she is only a freshman. That was a nice ball to left field, taking it all by herself. Left fielder Chandri Ross. Chandri Ross able to gobble that one up, and on the first pitch,
number 9,
Green flies out.
Danielle Magante.
If you compare the statistics right now, Quinton versus Green, though, Green has had to work tremendously harder than Quinton has. Quinton been able to retire the batters. There's a quick one. Nice play. Good combination. Quinton along with the second baseman Wyszynski, and they're able to retire Magante on that one. Two outs quickly. And now into the batter's box. Number 10. Swing and a miss. So Jessica Wheeler, designated hitter, and I tell you what, she's having all types of problems with the pitches by Jade Quinton. Wheeler was up in the 3rd inning and got a strikeout, and there's strike number 2, and she just cannot find anything that's comprehensible for her right now. And just when you see a weak link possibly with Jade Quinton, she comes back, and I mean roaring back, and is able to put strikes right down the pipe and just finds the strength somewhere. There it was, the changeup, and that's strikeout number 8. After 5 full innings of play, Dons won, and on the final strikeout, Serra nothing.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on.
Top of the 6th inning, Dons out in front 1-0 over the Conquistadors. It's been that way since the end of the 1st inning.
Pitcher Jade Quinton.
Jade Quinton now in the batter's box. She's been the pitcher of record for the Dons the whole game. She'll continue. She is looking very, very strong on the mound. Quinton last time up was thrown out on a play 6-3. For Jade Quinton, she's looking very, very good on the mound. We mentioned it earlier, Jessica Green, who unbelievably is just a freshman and one of the youngest and best talented pitchers in the county, has worked a lot harder for her pitches. Nice play at third base. It's going to be called foul, but I tell you what, that was a super play by third baseman Danielle Magante. She took that ball on a short hop and swung around Caminiti style and threw that ball to Manuma. Quinton versus Green. Nice ball driving deep right there for the Conquistadors, Corey Jenkins. So a long fly ball to left field by Quinton, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 15, left fielder, Chandri Ross.
So number 15, Chandri Ross, who's the spark plug for this game, as her single, her base hit, was able to score Wyszynski and put the Dons out on top. Big swing and a miss. So Chandri Ross, who's responsible for the run today, gets a shot, and that's going to be out number 2 on a 6-3. Chandri Ross, very talented hitter. It was back in the semifinal action, quarterfinal action that is,
12,
where Chandri Ross had 2 hits along with Yvette Vasquez, and that's what allowed the Dons to beat the top-seeded Hilltop 5-0 and shocked the entire softball leagues when that score was announced. Chopper right back to Green, and she'll finish the inning on a ground out, 1-3, and so after 5.5 innings of play, it's still the Dons 1, the Conquistadors nothing.
For the Dons, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, and for the Conquistadors,
for Serra, the center fielder, number 7, Amber Roberts.
Amber Roberts is now leading off for the Qs. Amber Roberts today has not been successful against the strong pitching of Jade Quinton. She has struck out both times at the plate. Strike call. So Jade Quinton continues to get better and better as we go along in this game. No balls, 1 strike to Amber Roberts. This year it was the Hilltop team who was seeded number 1, and we talked about it in Division III play. It was Jade Quinton who pitched a 3-hit shutout, and along with Yvette Vasquez and Chandri Ross, who had 2 hits each, it was the Dons shocking Hilltop and knocking them out of the playoffs in a score of 5-0. Ball's low and squeaks away. Right now, unofficially, it looks like Jade Quinton has got a 1-hitter going. No runs for the Conquistadors. For the Dons, they've had some hits, and they're out on front top 1-0. Tried to get her to go. Amber Roberts would have none of that. She had her riser going on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count. Quinton, who's been throwing low and hard all day long, trying to send a riser, just missing low, and so now it's going to go 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count for Amber Roberts. There's one thing that Quinton has been doing, and that is has had tremendous accuracy. She's had some great pitches right on the corners of the plates, inside and outside. She's been able to keep the ball down low all game long to her advantage, and when she's wanted to pull the string, it's been there for her. She's gotten a couple good strikeouts, throwing curves and off-speed stuff. Full count now. Roberts versus Quinton. Just missing on the inside corner. We talked about it. She's been getting those pitches right on the corner all game long. This time, Amber Roberts able to survive a good pitch, and on a base on balls,
left fielder,
Amber
Corey
Roberts
Jenkins
is able to get to first base. Corey Jenkins now on deck. Jenkins, who made it to second base last time up, flied out her first time up, so this will be her third time at the plate. Sails high for ball number one, and that's one ball, no strikes to Corey Jenkins. Jenkins, left fielder. During that same time frame that the Dons were shocking Hilltop, getting back quickly to first base and grabbing onto it is a diving Amber Roberts. Jenkins flies out to the pitcher, Quinton.
Now batting for Serra, number 16, the first baseman, Linnea Manuma.
And now number 16, Linnea Manuma, the big gun for the Conquistadors. They would love, and I know Linnea would love to get a pitch up and over the plate so she could pop one out of here. She can do it on any field. And there is a shot. And good play by number 11, Heather Egan, as she's able to keep a rocket that was launched right along the first base side to a sharp single. Things are heating up now here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. On first base, Linnea Manuma.
Number 13, the catcher, Brooke Johnson.
At second base, number 7, Amber Roberts. Johnson, who got a base on balls in the sixth inning and also a strikeout in the fourth. And Coach John Labita really working the players. They want to make sure they make no base running mistakes at this time, as the Conquistadors now are trying to put a run across and tie this one up. Nice ball right across the plate. That'll be strike number 1 against number 13, Brooke Johnson. 1-0 is the score. Don's out in front. But right now the Conquistadors starting to threaten. And that'll be out number 2, and a big out for the Dons, as Johnson just couldn't quite get much of that one and sent it right up into the air. So a fly ball out to the second baseman.
Next batter for Serra.
And that's out number 2, and a big out.
Allison Schultz.
Allison Schultz now at the plate, number 8, flied out to left fielder last time up. Before that, in the second inning, she struck out. Two outs. Manuma at first. Roberts at second. And Schultz at the plate, going up against Jade Quinton. So as the Dons were beating Hilltop, it was Serra who earned a trip to the final in 4 years, beating Mission Bay 1-0. Jessica Green scattered just 3 hits and struck out 3, and picking her 13th win up for the season. There's a nice swing and a miss. That time it's high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So in that semifinals game, Serra versus Mission Bay, 1-0 the score, 6 hits, 1 run for Serra, 3 hits, no runs, 1 error by Mission Bay. In the shocking win by the Dons, Just foul tip. It's caught. That's going to be strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Schultz. Big pitch coming up. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Schultz. Fouled away. So Schultz stays alive with 1 ball, 2 strikes. So when the Dons beat Hilltop, it was 8 hits and 5 runs. Only 3 hits, no runs, 1 error for Hilltop, and what a great, great win for the Dons. Drive going deep, deep, back, and right there for the Dons left fielder, Chandri Ross, and what a big, big out that is. After 6 full innings of play, Dons 1, Serra nothing.
2 runners left on. Number 10.
Top of the 7th inning, 1-0. Dons out in front, and the Dons just missed a bullet. It was a deep, deep drive right up to the fence of left field. Allison Schultz almost got all of that one. Going back was left fielder Chandri Ross, who was able to finally bring it in, and that was a big out number 3 that closed the door on that inning, which potentially was going to be a major one for the Conquistadors. But the defense comes up big, and we start off the top of the 7th inning with the Dons still out from front off that lone run. Out number 1 taken by Linnea Manuma. So Ingalls on a soft fly to Manuma, and that's out number 1 for the Dons. Now coming up to bat, number 8, Forsberg, center fielder Desiree. Desiree flied out, or popped back out to the catcher.
Dons, number 3, Jolene Neve.
So then pinch hitting now for Forsberg is going to be number 3, Jolene Neve. Jolene Neve, right-handed batter for the Dons. Standing way up in front of the batter's box. Takes low, ball 1. Well, when Forsberg was up, she popped out to the catcher and struck out. Inside for ball number 2 to Neve. So 2 balls, no strikes to Neve. Big swing and a miss right there for Neve. So now it goes to 1 ball, 2 strike, or 2 balls, 1 strike. Can't ask for a better day for baseball here at UCSD. It's beautiful sunny skies, but yet it's not that hot. We're only less than probably a mile from the beach. We're getting a nice cool breeze coming across. The field is immaculate. Grass is green, it's short and fast. Infield was watered down prior to the start of this game, so we don't have any dust. Nice, nice field. Can't ask for a better day, and you can't ask for a better game. As both pitchers, Jade Quinton and on the mound right now, you see Jessica Green, both still in the game. Score 1-0, Dons out in front. Right now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball called, and another great snag by third baseman Danielle Magante. Well, before they made it to the semifinals, they had to get by the quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, it was the Dons beating Santana. The final score in that one was 2-1. So Neve strikes out, and that's out number 2 in this inning. And now up to bat is number 20, Krista Gulbranson. Gulbranson had a nice hit her last time up. And she's going to pop out. So after 6.5 innings of play, it's 1-2-3. Dawn still out in front, 1-0.
Athletic Director, please report to the announcing booth. Serra Athletic Director.
Last half of the 7th inning for the Conquistadors. They've got 3 more outs to try and at least tie this one up and send it to extra innings, or to try and go out and top and win this one dramatically in their last half of the inning. But it's a strong pitching effort right now by Jade Quinton that's made the difference. She has not weakened by any means, and I believe truly she's actually gotten stronger as this game has gone on. Strike number 2 called. So Gibson now at the plate. She was out 4-3 her last time up. Got a single her first time up. She's hoping to duplicate what she did in the 2nd inning, was get another single and get a runner on. Had a great play with the help of Jade Quinton. It was Vasquez who was trying to find the handle on the easy pop-up, and she was struggling a little bit. Landed right in the lap of Jade Quinton, and Jade just simply wrapped her arms around Yvette and helped to keep that ball right in her lap. And that counts as out number 1 as Gibson pops out to the catcher. And now for the Conquistadors, they're down to 2 outs to try and do something in this game. Jade Quinton going all the way. 8 strikeouts in this game, and there she throws another one. Another strike by Jade Quinton. She is looking tremendously strong. Jade Quinton, the ace of the pitching staff, and there's a slow changeup, and that gets Green looking, and right now it's Jade Quinton showing a very young Jessica Green just how to pitch at the Division III level. Big strikeout, and that's strikeout number 9 for Jade Quinton, and that's out number 2 for the Conquistadors. And now it's up to the final out, number 9. Danielle Magante, who has shown tremendous form at third base. Great defensive fielder. She's had some nice plays defensively. A couple of her better plays, they were line drive fouls, but she looked sharp at it. Big swing and a miss, and once again, Jade Quinton doing what she's done all game long, and that's keep the ball down low. She has been tremendous in her accuracy today. Been able to throw the hook when she's needed to, but more times than not, it's been down low and away. That could be the game, and that is the 3rd out. And what a game it was for the Dons. And look at the excitement on the team as the whole team comes out onto the field. And the final score here, it's the Dons from the University of San Diego High School on the strong pitching of Jade Quinton. The Dons become the Division III CIF softball champions right here on the campus of UCSD. Congratulations goes out to the head coach Margaret Morrow, assistants Kelly O'Neill and Jane Flum. Together with the whole team, they put on a strong outing here. The final score, the Dons 1, the Conquistadors nothing. Again, your Division III final champions, the San Diego Dons. On behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'm Dan Williams.
The runner-up medals CIF Commissioner Jan Jessup will be assisted by Principal Laz Sanders and Athletic Director Tom Williams from Serra. Medals going to the Serra players. First, number 1, Corey Jenkins. Number 2, Allison Sobek. Number 4, Sam Gallup. Number 5, Nadia Gibson. Number 7, Amber Roberts. Number 8, Allison Schultz. Number 9, Danielle McGanty. Number 10, Jessica Wheeler. Number 11, Jess Green. Number 12, Carolyn Lee. Number 13, Brooke Johnson. Number 14, Jill Garcia. And number 16, Linnea Manuma. And the runner-up trophy presented to head coach John Levita.
I'm only a sophomore, scoring.
The patches for the winners. First, number 2, Yvette Vasquez. Number 4, winning pitcher Jade Quinton. Number 7, Beth Wyszynski. Number 8, Desiree Edwardsburg. Number 9, Danielle Green. Number 10, Sky Engel. Number 11, Heather Egan. Number 12, Lynn Warnamundi. Nicole Howard. Number 15, Chandri Ross. Number 17, Erin Barrett. Michelle Reyes. And number 20, Crystal Gilbranson. Now, presentation championship trophy to head coach Margaret Morrow.
You need John.
Standing with me for the Dons is number 8, Desiree Forsberg. Congratulations, Desiree.
Thank you.
What was the toughest thing out there to do going up against Green today as a pitcher?
Just trying to lay off the rise and concentrate. And it's hard when your nerves are shaking, but
You know, what was the magic to this team that got you all the way to the championship and actually clinching it today?
it was total teamwork. We just all came together. As soon as playoffs started, we decided that this is what we really wanted and what we worked hard for all year. And we had the heart
Well, you had the heart and actually end up getting a great win today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Standing with me is the superstar pitcher for these Dons, Jade Quinton. Congratulations on a great game.
Thank you.
You know, I actually commented during the game that I believe that you actually got more accurate and actually stronger as the game went along. Is that natural for you to do that?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I threw a lot more wild pitches this game than I usually do.
Well, I tell you what, by the third or fourth inning, you were throwing those great pitches. They were down at the knees. I mean, you hardly got the ball up. Of course, when you got the ball up, it sailed over the catcher's head. But what's your best pitch that you were throwing out there today?
Curve.
The curveball. Now, you were throwing a lot of fast low ones, and you came back with that curve to strike quite a few of them out. You actually had, you know how many strikeouts you had today?
No.
You had 9. Yeah, you had a great game. Is that one of the all-time high games for you with strikeouts?
No.
What's your all-time high?
15.
Very good, very good. Well, you guys did a great job out there, and you were throwing curves. And what'd you think of the umpiring out there behind the plate for you?
No, I thought he was really good.
Well, you were consistent. Your whole team is. What do you think is the major reason that you guys made it and clinched the championship this year with this team?
Because we have the heart, and we showed it today.
Good job. Congratulations on a great game pitched and for a great championship.
Thanks.
Standing with me is in the first inning, you had a great single, which really sparked this whole game, and it really helped out with bringing in that 1 run, which ended up being the main difference in the game. Tell me about that pitch and what you did with the ball.
I don't really remember exactly what happened. I just remember hitting it, and I watched it go right over the second base, and I just ran my life off, and I'm just so glad we scored off that.
Absolutely. It was a great shot right back up the middle. Good speed by you. Wyshynski came around and scored. That ended up to be the winning run. I noticed in looking at some highlights is that you kind of do that a lot. You kind of put the bat on the ball and make things happen for this team. Is that right?
Well, I try to. I have 2 great hitting coaches plus Miss Morrow, and our team helps each other out all the time. You see the spirit we have throughout when everybody's at the bat. Everybody's up on the fence cheering everybody on. So it's the teams behind us.
Well, it was timely hitting, and in this case, Chandra Ross did it again for the Dons, and she was able to bring Wyshynski around to score. And of course, that's what helped make this final score 1-0. Congratulations on a good hit and a good win.
Thank you very much.
Standing next with me, number 2, Yvette Vasquez. Can you take a look first of all down at her socks? What's the story behind these socks, Yvette?
Since playoffs started, I haven't washed them, so they're good luck, and they're pretty bad since I catch, but...
Now, where do you store these socks when you're not using them in a game?
The corner.
Far, far away.
Far away.
How hard is it, or how easy is it to catch Jade?
She's a great pitcher, and she's a lot of movement on the ball, and she's taught me a lot. So, I know her. So.
Well, you got some quick speed yourself, getting out behind that plate and making a couple catches on some balls out there. What on this team is? What do you think is the strength that has made you guys so successful this year?
I think it's the support that we give one another. We're able to pick each other up and encourage each other, and without that, we wouldn't really have anything out there.
How important is it with the leadership of Coach Morrow?
Oh, it's very important. She leads us. She tells us what we should do, and those hard practices have all worked off.
Well, the hard practice works off because you get a championship trophy. Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
Okay,
Shortstop standing with me is Aaron Ferris. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, do you have anything that you haven't washed for 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, actually my stirrups. But the real thing that got us here today is our team has a lot of heart, and we did get here, but it wasn't on our own, and we did have a little help.
Well, let's go show that. Now, this is the little help. Is this correct? Whoops, put it right up there. Okay. Now, Aaron is going to show this.
This is our good luck charm, and we've had it all through playoffs, and everyone's had to touch it, and we got good hits, and this is it. Never been open. And so here we are today.
Ken Caminetti. That's a great poster and a great good luck charm, but I think it's more than just Ken Caminetti's poster that did the job for you guys today, right?
Our team has a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and we really came together these last couple days, and we played like a team, and it was only us. Before we came out, we said it's only us on the field, and that's what we did.
Congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
How about Beth? Where's Beth at? Beth.
I just have the trophy.
Just had the trophy. Okay. Standing with me is Beth Wyszynski. Now, can you show us the trophy, first of all?
What it looks like.
Congratulations, Division III team champions. And, of course, you had a little bit to do with that, wouldn't you say?
Oh, lead-off walk, but...
Yeah, but you came around, and what did you do? You scored, right?
Yeah, Sanders hit, and a lot of teamwork.
You know, a lot of people were talking that it was such a close game. They were wondering if it might be a game that was going to go into extra innings because you never knew. Did you guys ever think about that?
We knew the whole time.
We play 7 and go home.
I understand that you actually, when you played against Santana, you went into extra innings, but Coach Amaro was saying that was actually one of the better games in regards to getting you guys motivated, and your hitting was coming around at that time.
Yep, we came together as a team and started hitting the ball. And up until then, you know, we got a bunch of runners left on. And
have a lot of your teammates played together even before high school in any type of Little League play?
we play softball, not baseball. But
Little League play, though, at softball league.
no, yeah. Aaron and I have played together, you know, growing up, and that helps up the middle. And I don't know.
Do you play any other sports besides softball?
I play field hockey.
Field hockey. You think that helps you at all in your softball game?
Sure.
Okay. That's an easy answer. Well, congratulations, Beth Wyszynski. She actually came around, scored the winning run with that final score, 1-0. Congratulations. Okay, Heather Egan.
Ask me an easy question.
What do you want me to ask you?
I don't know, but an easy question.
Okay, I'll ask you an easy question. I got one for you. Okay. Standing with me, number 11, right fielder Heather Egan. Heather, is your boyfriend here today watching the game?
No. No, he's not. He's working.
He's working today. Hey, congratulations on a good game. You know, Jessica Green, who's really a young pitcher for the other team, was able to, at times, be pretty effective. But what's the toughest part about going up against a pitcher like Jessica Green?
I didn't hit. I got DH'd. I didn't hit.
I'm sorry.
I did.
That's the wrong question to ask, isn't it? I tried to make it easy for you. Well, let me ask you this question then.
Okay.
Is your boyfriend here today? No, I'm just kidding. But they talk about this word called heart on the team. What does that mean to you with this team?
Bringing everything together, working as a team, not individual. Having a heart is each individual coming together and knowing they want it and getting it.
Do you guys, besides on the field, you guys do a lot together off the field?
Yeah, we do. We go to Padre games and stuff.
Well, congratulations, Heather Egan, who actually did not hit today, but
No.
right?
No, I
But you had a
didn't.
great game out there, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Because it was Warner Monday who batted for you, right? Where's Warner Monday? Lynn Warner Monday. Okay. Standing next to me is Lynn Warner Monday, the designated hitter, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get that position?
I'm not sure. Just proving myself in practice that I was able to come out here and work hard. And so they gave me a chance and I came through.
Well, working hard obviously is a credo that everybody wants to have. How hard does your coach make you work in practice?
Well, every day we practice from 2 o'clock to 5:30. We go on runs from our school to like SeaWorld and back. And we wear pants every day in this heat. Every single day we wear sweatpants.
Well, let me ask you this. If there was one thing that you didn't have to do anymore that coach makes you do right now, what would it be?
Wear pants.
Wear pants.
Lynn, show Kelly's pants on modeling.
What?
You gotta see. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Well, congratulations. And let me ask you one question in regards to the coach and the rest of the staff. Is Coach Morrow has been a coach for quite a long time at this school. And is that leadership something important that carries from year to year? Do kids look forward to working and coaching, being coached by Morrow?
Yeah, at our school there's a lot of plaques that hang up on the softball field, and we see them and we know we can look forward to a coach that knows how to coach us and we can win it all.
Well, not only can they coach, she knows how to win also, and of course you all learn how to win all season long. Good job and congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job. First baseman Krista Goldbranson is with me. Congratulations on a good game yourself.
Thanks.
How often is it something when you go into a game like this, do you sleep very well the night before?
No, I was nervous for days before. I couldn't sleep at all.
And of course, champions usually have some sort of ritual type of meal or breakfast. Did you have anything special last night for dinner or for breakfast this morning?
No, not at all.
Oh. How tough is it as a first baseman? What's the toughest throw that you have to catch?
Probably deep in the hole at shortstop, but Aaron's great about making those throws, so.
Well, actually, we saw a lot of great defensive plays today as well, and of course, you had a hit today, right?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I was just trying to put the ball in place somewhere, and it went in the right spot, so that's all I got on.
Congratulations on a great game defensively and offensively.
Thank you.
Good job. Did I talk to Sky? No. Third baseman for the Dons is Sky Ingles. Now, are you going to tell me that possibly Ken Caminetti is your idol as a third baseman?
Pretty much, yeah.
Have you played third base your entire career?
I've been playing third, pitching a little bit this season. I didn't get that much playing time, but our third baseman broke her finger, and they threw me in. And I just tried to do the best I could to help out the team.
You did do a great job today. What's the toughest part about playing third base?
The nice hard hits you get, hot corner. I've tried to handle it, though. My coach has helped me out a lot.
Was it something that you were a little tentative about, first of all, playing that position when you first started?
No, not really. I just went out there, did all I could.
How hard is this? Will get a serious question because I forgot to ask this with some of the other ones, but it's regarding academics and practice. How hard is it to play a sport at high school and yet still keep up with your grades?
It's pretty hard to get all your homework done, but, you know, this whole team has a lot of heart, like everyone said, and we do what we have to do. And we've got it done.
Well, you got it done today in a great win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's go with Jolene. Jolene. Here comes Joe, moving kind of slow. With me, number 3, Jolene Neve, correct? Mm-hmm. Now, what's your evaluation on the game today in regards to what the team did right and what maybe the team could have done a little bit better?
I thought that we pretty much did everything the way we should have, everything the best that we could. We maybe could have scored a little bit more runs, but we did the best we could.
Had you ever played the Conquistadors before in a playoff series?
I wouldn't know. This was my second year on the team.
Okay, so since the last couple of years, no.
I don't think so.
Now, also, on a serious note, is what color are your eyes considered? Because they really are pretty.
Green.
They're green, okay. Now, how about Nike shoes? Now, do you wear Nike shoes for any reason? Do you have a multi-year contract with them at all?
No. We all had red Adidas ones, like Sky wears the red Adidas ones, but they're not on our feet right now. But they all broke, so now we wear whatever we had before in the season.
Congratulations. Just kidding around with you. And the flowers, where'd they come from?
Our coach, Miss Morrow.
That was very nice of her. Congratulations on a great game.
Thanks.
Okay, standing with me is another one of the superstars of this entire Dons team, Michelle Reyes. How long have you been playing baseball your whole life?
I have been playing baseball since I was softball, since I was about 5 years old.
5 years old? And have you been playing pretty much the same positions or?
No, I got switched around. First I played third base, then I did a little bit of pitching, but now I play center field and second.
Congratulations on a good game. Do you practice a lot during the regular season? How long have you been practicing in regards during the week, that is?
With our team?
With your team.
We practice 3.5 hours every day.
Wow.
And we get a lot of work done.
Uh-huh. What was the one thing that Coach was having you work on prior to this game?
She was having us work on bunts and bunt coverages and just hitting the ball, putting it in play.
Well, everybody did a great job, and we congratulate you, and you're looking forward to coming back again next year, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, good luck to you next year, too. Thank you. Jean with me is standing, Jean Bastian. Jean, you know, everybody that's on this team obviously is talented, and not everybody plays every day, but that's not the important thing. What is it in your heart that you feel that you bring to this team talent-wise?
But we all try our best and don't make mental errors. And if we make a mistake, we pick ourselves up and keep going.
How is it, you know, when you get a chance? What grade are you in, by the way?
Ninth, I'm a freshman.
Ninth grade. So you're a freshman, and you're playing on a championship team like that. That's quite an honor.
Yeah.
Now, the talents that you're going to have over the next few years as you're a sophomore, junior, and senior, what do you hope that you're going to be able to bring to the team next year? What did you learn this year that you're going to try and bring to the team next year?
Basically, like how to pick yourself up after a mistake and always stay in the game, even after making a mistake.
Well, as you become older, you'll also end up being one of the leaders on the team. The things that you learn this year and next year will carry on. Congratulations on being on a good team, and we know that you're on the team because you're super talented as well.
Thanks.
Okay. Standing next to me is one of the other talented players, Danielle Free. And what grade are you in?
Ninth.
In ninth grade, so another one of the super freshmen. What was it like being chosen to play on this team as a freshman?
Very privileged. Very privileged to be on this team. There's very nice girls on here, and it was very privileged to be on here.
What do you think was the talent that Coach Morrow saw in you, or what was the abilities that she saw in you that she wanted to bring you on as a freshman?
Well, I try my best, and I work hard, and I just try to bring as much positive attitude as I can on the team.
Well, definitely positive attitude was around. You guys came out here and you really showed it, because the positive attitude usually shows that you can do things. The whole team was very productive. Now, what were you doing on the side, sitting on the bench most of the time? Were you yelling out there for your teammates?
I was yelling. Yeah, I was cheering for them.
Well, congratulations on a good win, and boy, we're proud of you to be on this team.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nicole Howard is standing right next to us. Now, you got to show us your finger, Nicole. Now, tell us about the experience here with this finger.
Well, actually, I was going for a line drive, and the ball hit me right on, and it broke my finger and tore my tendon, so I wasn't able to play CIFs.
Now, did you know that something bad had happened as soon as that ball hit that finger?
I did, but I thought I could work it out and play with it, but I went to doctors, and they told me that I couldn't play, so. Always
tough when a doctor has to tell you can't play. I know that it is, but your team was out there, and of course your experience on this team. Were you able to help out? I'm trying to think, who was it that took your place?
Sky.
Yeah. How was? Did you tell Sky anything before these games?
Yeah, I did. I talked to Sky, and I just told her. I just told her to, you know, just keep her head in, and, you know, just stop everything that she can, and she did a great job.
Okay, on a score of 1 to 10, how did Sky do?
Oh, she did a 10.
10, of course, Sky. All right, a 10. Congratulations on the team. And your grade is?
I'm a freshman.
Freshman, so you got a lot of years left on this team, right?
Yeah.
Great. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Standing with me is head coach Margaret Morrow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What does a win mean to you personally in a game, a championship game like this?
Well, I think it's always important. It's a big win for the players themselves. For coaches, it means a lot, but I think all of our coaches are probably much happier for the players and them being able to do what they've done today. It's a real accomplishment for them.
Now, you were about to tell me yesterday when I was talking to you how many years you've actually been coaching.
Enough to know that this is a pretty good team.
What is it that as the kids go on and they go on to college or other types of careers, what is it that you hope they remember about you as their coach?
Well, more so than what they remember as me, what they remember what they've done together collectively. I think individually all season long we've talked about this being a team effort, and they just refused to believe that they couldn't fly. They just wanted to do what needed to be done, and when someone fell down, they just picked up the slack and they just did it, and that was the important thing.
Well, congratulations on a great win. You got a lot of young girls that's coming up through the program. You're going to have a competitive team, I'm sure, for many more years to come.
Thank you very much.
Great. That was a great game. Oh!
You remember to applaud their efforts and do nothing to discredit their opponents. We thank you for your support.
Coach Margaret Morrow getting dumped upon the traditional ice water, and I think that one was a little cold. What a great game it was for the University Dons. They came out in that first inning. They scored 1 run, and that turned about all that was needed. As the final score after 7 innings of play, it was the University Dons over the Conquistadors from Serra High School, 1-0. So the Division III championships are given, and the trophy goes to the University Dons. On behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'm Dan Williams. I want to thank you for being with us, and we'll see you again.